Alright guys, welcome to my unicorn guide. I want to show you this because Soraka is really OP and it's fun to take advantage of OP champions before and abuse them before they get nerfed. So with that being said, let's jump into it. So I like to run 18 in Cunning and 12 in Resolve for obvious reasons. Running 18 in Cunning gives you plenty of utility. I like to run 3% movement speed, the Wanderer, then I take the Biscuits, the Secret Stash, and I get some mana regen with Meditation. And Bandit's really nice because it helps to give you some extra gold. I'd go ahead and take that. And then you're going to take Intelligence for the cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction is really nice on Soraka, especially. Once your heal's like level 5 and you have 45% CDR, your heal's like on a 1.33 second cooldown. It's really stupid. And then most importantly, your bread and butter, you're going to want to go ahead and pick up Wind Speaker's Blessing. Your heals and shields are 10% stronger. Additionally, your shields and heals increase your target's resistance by 15% for 3 seconds when it's used on an ally other than yourself. Extremely broken on Soraka. Alright, so for Resolve, you're going to run 10 points in it. Taking health regen, it'll help you out in lane. It'll also help you have enough health to heal your AD carry because your heals do cost 10% of your maximum HP. Then you're going to take Tough Skin in lane. It'll give you a little bit more bulk when you get auto-attacked. And Runic Armor, every time you heal yourself, whether it be your ult or you hit an enemy with your Q, which heals you, it'll do 8% more, so that's a pretty big deal. And Insight, your summoner spells have 15% reduced cooldown. It helps out a lot in team fights because if they jump on you, your flash will be up more, and you'll have your exhaust up more often too as well. So it's pretty good. All right, that's enough of Masteries. Let's go to runes. For runes, I run flat AP Quints, flat Magic Pen Reds, flat Armor Seals. And for my glyphs, if you're new to Soraka, I'd suggest running flat AP glyphs, but since I'm pretty experienced with her, I run scaling because I can usually make it out of laning phase pretty easily, and then scaling's just super helpful. Alright, so for items, you're going to want to do this. Go ahead and get a Spell Thief's Edge, 3 health potions, and a warding totem. It'll give you a lot of damage in lane. It'll give you a lot of extra gold, and that gives you the mana regen. Really everything you need. If your AD carries a piece of crap and doesn't know how to play, I'd suggest starting the Ancient Coin. But if you're a duo with your AD carry or using AD carry main, start Spell Thief's Edge. It'll give you the extra damage and gold and mana regen. It's really nice. Anyways, on your first back, preferably you're going to want to get your Frost Fang, so you're upgrading your Spell Thief's Edge into Frost Fang. And if you have the money, go ahead and pick up Sightstone as well. If you do not, just get a Health Crystal and get a Vision Ward. That'll be enough. Even after you get your Sightstone, I suggest keeping your Warding Totem for the extra wards. Mid-game, like 20 minutes in the game or so, you're going to want to get your cooldown boots. You're going to want to upgrade Frost Fang into your Frost Queen's Claim. It gives you a lot of ability power. It gives you a ton of base mana regen, a wicked amount. 150% is a lot. It gives you even more gold, plus it gives you 2 slows. It shoots out 2 ghosts for 6 seconds, so it'll find the enemies, so it's really helpful. So it'll find the enemies and slow them by 40% for 4 seconds. That's really strong. And like I said, you're going to want to upgrade Sightstone into your Ruby Sightstone. It'll give you extra wards. Once you do this, go ahead and pick up the Sweeping Lens. It'll help you out a lot with ward covering and coverage and blocking off enemy vision. And for the very late game, I suggest picking up an Ardent Crescent and a Zeke's Harbinger. It'll make your heals do a lot more. It'll give extra damage to the person you heal. 30 magic damage on hit for 6 seconds, and it gives them 15% attack speed as well. Plus it gives you some movement speed, base mana regen, cooldown, and ability power, so it works really well with your kit. And Zeke's Harbinger is also really nice. It gives you some armor, ability power, cooldown, and mana. Everything you really need in it. And situational, as you can see, I didn't put 6 items for late game because the 6th one is really situational in my opinion. If they have a lot of AP, I suggest Spirit Vestige. Plus it'll make your heals on yourself do 20% more. If your AD carries a AD carry like Vayne, I suggest getting Mikael's Crucible. So if she gets CC'd, like stunned or something, you can just pop it on her, give her some health, and it'll stop all the CC on her. Or if they have a lot of AD and no one on your team went Frozen Heart, like if they have a bunch of attack speed based champions like Lee Sin, Tryndamere, Tristana, you'd get Frozen Heart. And if you're just digging around, get Banner of Command, I don't suggest it. And like I said, if you have a good AD carry, you're going to want to start Spell Thief's Edge. But if you're going to have a bad AD carry, I suggest starting Ancient Coin. Alright, as you can see, I started out with Spell Thief's Edge since this is a decent AD carry. I'm duo with him at the moment. You're going to want to start out with your heal and try to throw down as many auto attacks as you can without taking too much damage, so that way you can get off quite a bit of damage and get quite a bit of gold with your Spell Thief's Edge. If they do focus your AD carry, that's actually a good thing since you can just heal her. Like you see, we're just trading right now with just auto attacks, and I just healed my AD carry. He has full health now. Once you get level 2, you're going to want to pick up your Q. It will heal you every time you hit the enemies. Even if you're in a sticky situation and you get snared, you can just drop it. It'll heal you. And so you won't die because you're healing yourself. And if they focus your AD carry, just heal them with your W. When you're level 3, you're going to want to go ahead and pick up your E. And then from there on, you're going to want to max your W, which is your heal. Maxing your Q second and your E third. Once you're level 3, you can start doing some pretty cool stuff because you can just drop your silence and hit them with your Q. It does quite a bit of damage, a lot more than you would think. Once you've built up a bit of a lead, you can just start playing really aggressive, and there's not much they can do because if they focus your AD carry, they're absolutely not going to kill her. And if they focus you, you'll just hit them with your Q and you'll get some huge heals. One thing that I do like about Soraka is she's really easy to carry with in the sense that if you perform in lane or if you don't lose in lane, she's easy to take into the mid and late game because your heals are so strong that even if they focus your AD carry, they can't do a whole lot. So like I said, take your W level 1, then get your Q, then your E, then max your W. Then you're going to want to go ahead and max your Q second, and then your E third, taking your ult whenever you can. And the clip coming up is a perfect example of not panicking. If somebody's chasing you, just hit him with your Q. It'll give you a little bit of a heal, and you'll probably be able to get away. And if you hit him with the middle of your Q, it's also a pretty good slow. Another thing, whenever you're in lane and you get like snared or stunned, they're going to focus you. So like you saw there, I hit both of them with my Q, so I got back a pretty hefty heal. Don't panic. Just make sure you land your Q and you'll get back plenty of health to make up for the trade. What you're going to see here is an example of Soraka being absolutely OP. Tristana gets caught out. Lee Sin comes in for the gank. Don't panic. You're going to ult. You're going to keep hitting your W on your AD carry every second it comes up. You're going to be landing your Qs. You're going to be auto-attacking. You're going to be walking over your AD carry, so that way if they misclick, they're going to click you instead of her since she's already taken a lot of damage. Just land your Q. Keep healing your AD carry non-stop, especially since you're maxing your W. It has a very low cooldown, and you will absolutely dominate. That's about it, guys. She's a pretty basic champion. Just remember to work on your positioning, your silences, landing your Qs in lane, spam your heals on your carries, and you should be good to go, guys. Now that you know the runes, masteries, build, and playstyle for Soraka, get out there and use her. And if you're afraid somebody's going to ban her, just do what I do. Don't ban a third pick and bait him into banning Tryndamere.
Yeah.